Hey guys, Brenda here. Welcome to Sewing Back. And as you can see, the fence, the blue door, all the things are slowly but surely coming out of this front garden that we've had. I still have my Tinkerbell roses here and here that I need to move. So we have gotten 3 of the beds gone, all the fencing is gone, all the lighting is gone, and the arches are gone. So he has actually got some of the beds moved and the T-post in for the arches, some of the arches in the back garden. Now he's going to start shoveling soil, because honestly the soil is really good. We have lots of worms. We've invested in building up this soil, so we don't want to waste it. And this fencing here is our muscadine trellis, which they have grown a lot. He got all that pruned. I think he got most of our fruit trees pruned already. So I haven't done my elderberries yet. I'll bring you along when I do that. So, and but you can start moving that in the back. And I have some seeds to start in the back that I'll put in the garage. I have some brassicas and I'm trying to think of what else. I'll show you what I have. And we have our potatoes. So I'm trying to figure out where I want to plant my potatoes. I was thinking about putting them where the sweet potatoes were, but it has still a lot of soil in it, and you want a bed that doesn't have very much soil so that you can keep putting soil on top so it'll keep growing, and you're supposed to get more potatoes that way. So that's what I want to do. And I have an idea of a bed I can do that with, but I'm gonna have to get some soil to get it started to plant the potatoes. So I thought I'd bring you along, since y'all saw me cut them up and let them heal up in the last video, that we would go ahead and get these things started, and I could use my Temu little starter pots and go ahead and get some seeds started. I'm still not doing any summer type vegetable or fruits and vegetables seed starting yet, because it's still a little early. Okay guys, so first of all, if you saw my Temu haul, one of the things I bought were these little snips. They are extremely sharp, so if you get some, be very careful, but they cut beautifully. They cut my my weaving black fabric that you put down, cut it beautiful, just like almost like fabric shears. I was actually pleasantly surprised. Paid like, I don't even think I paid $3 for those. So a win for Temu. All right, so I got a few of my little planters. These also came from Temu, and I think when I showed my video, I had put this on the inside of it, and this is where you can vent the holes. So you don't get mold, but when you're using it as a greenhouse, you can close it to help your stuff germinate. So I brought out If you didn't see that video, what it comes with is this is where you water from. Then you have these little plugs that you're gonna put your soil in and your seed, and it has little holes where it's gonna suck up your water so that you're watering from the bottom to have a nice healthy plant. And I think I forgot some of these green things. I'll have to go back in and get those, but I have one to show you. And then you put this on, and then you let your seeds germinate, and that will all depend on what you're sowing, and you will want to read your seed packet. There are some there's a lot of good things on Etsy if you want to buy people who've already like have little planners for that have all the breakdown, the little cheat sheets. If that interests you, I actually did that last year. I bought Sarah's from Living Traditions Homestead, and it was very helpful. So, but you may not need that. I also have a cheat sheet where I've written out things on notebook paper for like how I do my brassicas and all the things. And no, that's not my dog, so it's just that time of day. Alright guys, you can see I've got my potatoes. Chicky girls. Now, I'm just kind of leveling out my soil, and then I'm going to kind of dig down to put my potatoes in and then cover them. And then when they start, so when they start having true leaves and all that coming up, then I will put more soil. And typically what I've done is compost and straw, and kind of do a mixture. So, but for this initial planting, I'm just going to get them in the ground. So I think what I want to do is I'm going to finish getting this all level. Now where you find an eye, you want that point, when you have an eye on your potato, you want that to be pointing up. Alright guys, so for reference, today is Thursday, February 8th, and they are in the ground. And these again are blue potatoes that I got from my local feed and seed. So I've got them down, and now I'm just going to leave them alone until I see them growing enough that it's time to put more soil, put some straw down for the potatoes so they can keep growing. That's how you're supposed to get more and more potatoes. We shall see, since potatoes have kind of eluded me, if we get anything. Now I am going to have an arch right here, but I can plant, by the time these come out, I mean, I can easily put in a new crop of like cucumbers, or I can plant in this other bed, you see, and have it come over the other way. So I'm not really worried about it. And the other thing that I'm excited about is that this gets, it gets sun, but it also gets some shade. Because one of the other problems I had one year when I did potatoes more towards the front of the beds, back here where it's just, 10 hours of sun. I mean, it's from the time that the sun comes up right there, and it's on it until almost it sets. So I got sun scald. That other experience I've had is that I don't think potatoes like being planted with other things. If you've had success in that, you'll have to tell me about it in the comments, but I'm trying to do everything I can to be successful in growing some, regular potatoes. I have had some success with sweet potatoes. So I was going to collect eggs, and Miss Goldie come running up. Today was the day she wanted me to pick her up. She is my oldest chicken. Her birthday will be, I think it's May, I want to say it's like May 7th. And that was the day she was hatched out in 2020, so she'll be 4 years old. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. How are ya? Yeah? Yes. Chickens like if you kind of rub on their neck. They really can't. They can kind of take their feet and try to scratch and stuff, but I think it feels good. You hear all the noises? Yes? What are you thinking? Yeah, you gonna talk? Yeah. She's my favorite. She knows it too. Yes. You're my sweet girl. I remember when you were just a little thing. A little tiny thing. Yeah. Anyway, I thought I'd share her with you for a few minutes. We've been averaging about 4 eggs a day, every day. Look how pretty this one is. Pretty nice one. This one, I think, is either my Silver Lace Wyandotte or it's my black Australorp, but I'm thinking it's the Wyandotte. And then the blue ones are my Easter eggers. I know a lot of people use Jiffy seed starting mix. Some people just use potting soil. I like seed starting mix. But I also did it against Vermont compost. And Vermont compost and the Sun Glow were the best ones I found for how quick my seeds germinated and at the rate they germinated. And I thought that the Sun Glow was cheaper than the Vermont compost, but then I didn't get the same size bags. So when I looked it up on Amazon, it's comparable. It's maybe one's a few bucks more or less. So I'm gonna pour some in here. And I'm gonna put on my glove. I'm gonna go ahead and, this is like really light and airy. Which is what you want. But I want to kind of get it a little moist. So I still don't have all my hoses hooked up, so I just went to the spigot and got some water. Now, some people won't do this. Some people just will put the soil in the trays and start sowing seed. And I think it's just a preference. I just find that getting it moist, I think I like it better. Just me. I love that the days are getting longer. It's almost 6:30 at night. I love it. you don't want to be able to wring out water, so keep that in mind. This is pretty good, I think. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna start filling my little tray here. Here, my chickens are starting to go up to roost. And Goldie, if you were curious, she is a Welsummer. And the Welsummer rooster is what's on the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes of old. And she is one of my favorite breeds.
Which one?
Welsummer.
Which one is that? That's that black and white one?
No, Goldie.
No, that's that Goldie.
Yeah, Goldie. All right. So see how I've got my soil in here? And just like that, I'm gonna go ahead and keep filling these, and then we'll start putting seeds in and label everything. So this is my little tool. It's an artist tool, but it works great for seed starting. And I also got my favorite marker. I put this up in one of the other videos I did. I'll put it in the description. This has not faded with my little tags and stuff, so I like it. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna take my little tool here. You don't have to have a tool, but I'm just gonna do a little tiny divot. You could use a pen, whatever. I feel like this is like my lucky tool. It was my grandmother's. And I'm not an artist. I have a son that's an artist, but I'm not. And this whole tray, I'm gonna try to do broccoli. And these are the green magic broccoli from Haas. I grew these last fall. And I try to get 2 seeds in, and I know it's kind of dark. I can still see my garden lights came on. That'll be another project I do, is putting up more lights because I took them off of the front. So guys, I'm gonna go ahead and plant that last one up, but it's too dark to really see what I'm doing. So that means I'll have 2 different varieties of cabbage plus 1 tray of broccoli. And like I said, I'm going to put them in my garage. I do have heat mats. We have some nice heat mats we got from Haas one year when they were clearancing them out, and they are really nice. So I guess you do kind of get what you pay for, but we also have cheap Amazon ones, and they can work okay too. So, you know, do whatever you can do in your budget. I think Temu may have had some. My only thing is don't leave them on all the time if you don't trust where you get them from. You know, maybe put them on a timer. Do what's right for your home. You don't want to catch any on fire. But I'm gonna get those planted. We got our potatoes planted. Yay! And I did take a little of my girl's pine straw and just put it over the top of my soil. And I didn't get any more peas or anything planted today. I'm gonna probably try to sneak out here tomorrow when I get home from work and get that done, because we're expecting rain this weekend, and I'd like to get those in the ground and go ahead and let them get going. Those I will direct sow, but I will keep you posted on how these germinate. None of this is new seed that I'm using. I'm trying to use some of my older seed, and if they don't germinate in the next few days to a week, then I'll start over with newer seed. So, but typically Haas has really good seed, so I'm not too worried about it. This other one is from a local feed and seed, so that one I'm not sure. So we'll see how it, because I'm not sure how old this one is. I think I got it last year, but I can't say for sure. And that's why I sowed heavy in the seeds, because you can always thin, because if you have older seed, you probably won't have the same germination rate. So putting more seed in each hole will give you a better probably germination rate, which is fine, because it will degrade. Seed will degrade. Doesn't mean it's no good. I know there's been lots of people who planted very, very old seeds and got some of them to germinate. So anyway, thank you so much for coming along as we're moving along and moving our garden and getting ready for this coming garden season. I've already planted in the 2024 garden season. I know some of you don't live in places where you can plant yet. You're just dreaming and thinking of it. You have snow and all the things, and I do not envy you on that. I'm sorry. I'm not a snow person. So I say give me the hot, sweltery summer. But anyway, I thank you so much for being here, and I just have to say, I have to thank my husband. He is working hard. He's still out here taking down this, it's some kind of ivy that came up. It came up, and when it first came up, it was really pretty. It looked pretty with our lights, but it's taking over my garden, and it's actually shading this back part that we want all those beds to get light. And so we're getting rid of it. He's been working on cutting it and getting it out, pulling it out while we can, because it's coming up everywhere, and we don't want it. So I'm thankful for all his hard work and moving soil and beds and putting up T-posts and all the things that he does, and I'm blessed. So I hope you have a good one. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. So look guys, we've got it on our heat mat here. I like this about the Haas one. It tells you like the different things at what temperature you want to aim for. So for broccoli and cabbages, between 80 and 85. And the other thing you have to know is there's a little thermostat thing on these heat mats. If you don't have one, you need to get one.
Heat mat. It's on the temperature thing.
Oh, hold on.
This controls it.
All right, so you have to get one of these temperature things so you can set your heat, and you use the little thermometer that comes with it so you don't fry your plants.
It'll ruin the heat mat.
Or ruin the heat mat. It knows when to come on and go off. So these need to be, like I said, between 80 and 85 degrees to germinate. They do not need light. So this dome isn't as covered as I wish it was, but that's okay. Because we got lots of cabbage, so I can't, you can already see how this is, because I wet that soil before I put the seeds in. You can already see in the dome how the temperature has changed, and you're getting that condensation. So far I have to say I love these little starter trays from Temu. I mean, I don't have anything bad to say about it yet. So this one, I'm not sure how that's gonna work just yet with that thermometer, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully it'll still be okay. Usually it's still okay. I may not get as much germination on that side, but that's okay. So anyway, just wanted to show you what it looked like once we got it inside. Hope y'all have a good one. Bye.